Right now I'm really lost because I'm trying to figure out if it's not Oliver and it's not the other person who I thought it kind of would have been, but then again it makes more sense because Annalise definitely seemed like she was faking the whole oh my gosh I'm so upset regarding the person who's dead under here. I'm not sure who could be now. And maybe it's one of those. Anyway, this is my recap, my review for How to Get Away with Murder Season 3 Episode 3, Always Bets Black. And the episode starts off with, it's in present day, Oliver's scrambling. He runs back into the school because that's where his computer equipment is. He goes there because he has to go and wipe Annalise's phone. And he successfully does so without getting caught by the school security. Now we bounce back 6 weeks prior. And 6 weeks, it was 2 months, now it's only 6 weeks. Things are moving fast. Nate is still living in Annalise's house. And Nate went and he's trying to, because Nate, you know, he lives a clean, healthy life as far as his diet. He makes Annalise this protein shake, and she's just like, oh, it's good. Nate wants to know more about what's going on with Frank. Annalise doesn't want to keep him, Annalise wants to keep him in the dark as much as possible. So, you know, she's trying to kiss up on him, Phil's butt, so that she can kind of distract him and make him feel okay with the fact that she's trying to keep their life, his life, normal, and him so-called safe. I'm thinking, if Nate is trying to find Frank / keep you away from Frank, that makes him a target. He's not safe by doing that. He's not safe by doing that. Now, Annalise, she runs into the school, technically the school principal, the school dean, if you will, the school president of sorts. And the school president is just like, you know, I'm trying to have your back. I'm trying to go in there and be on your side. You know, I actually respect what you did in there because it was a really boss move. The issue is you're not working with me. And at least it's like, yeah, because you blindsided me. Why not work with someone who blindsided me? It's just like, yeah, I didn't have much of a choice. And that was the only way that the information was going to be able to come out. And she was just like, I'm still trying to work on the back burner to make sure that they get off your case. She was just saying, make it easier for me. And Annalise said, how am I going to make it easier for you if I'm consistently doing cases where my name and reputation gets put on the line? And I'm thinking, true. And that's what made you, so I don't know what she really wants from you. And she was like, this next case is going to be a doozy, so watch out. Now she goes and introduces this next case. His name is Toby. Toby is this rich guy who he goes and pays off prostitutes to have sex with him and party with him. And there's this one prostitute that ended up dead. She ended up dead, and the last visual evidence was him actually having a prostitute in his facility. And, you know, she was already knocked out at the time. So it's just looking really bad. There's a video and everything. So she's just, Annalise just like, who's this guy? Douchebag millionaire who likes to sleep with prostitutes and call girls. Who wants to take the case? Michaela pops up. I'm thinking, wow, this is the first time we've seen Michaela kind of look like Michaela again. I don't know if it was the last case or what. But Michaela pops up. She's ready to take this case. The guys are already trying to hit on her. And Annalise is like, I will cut your sack off if you even think about laying a hand or having any sexual thoughts regarding the person who's defending you, which is technically her. So stop it. Now they go inside the courthouse and everyone's just looking like, this guy sucks. No one looks like they're on his side, including Annalise. And Annalise is doing everything she possibly can. She's like, even though she's throwing out every legal term that she can to possibly try and get certain evidence extracted. Because this guy, he is, like I said, the worst of the worst. And there's actually a picture. I was thinking, wait, it can't be a naked picture because no one even cares about that regarding him. It must be something really like, are you kidding me? It was a picture of this woman already out, presumably dead. You know, and he just took a selfie like, I'm with this bitch. You know, and so they're just looking at it like, because Annalise did everything she possibly could, especially when she saw the picture, to get it removed. She was saying it wasn't in the original proceedings. They're saying yes it was, you just didn't see it. It's just like, you hid it. It's like, so what if it was hidden, it was still there, all of that. I'm thinking, gosh, if Frank was here, maybe he would have found something like that. But Annalise is distracted. So that's part of the issue. Michaela's trying to get out of it. Michaela doesn't want to do it. Bonnie's like, come over here. Annalise is saying, you're not getting out of this. No one wants to really do this case, but they're like, well, actually, that's not true. Simon is saying, you know, he'll pick up her slacks. It's like, nope, she's still on the case. She's still on the case, so stop it. And here's the thing. Excuse me. One moment. Oh, that's better. Allergies are the worst. So, while they go and figure that out, Annalise, she brings over Wes and tells Wes, because Wes is trying to figure out, okay, Laurel, she's at home visiting her dad for a funeral. So it's like, yeah, no, she's visiting her dad because of Frank. She needs to get information on Frank's whereabouts, so she's going to use her dad to do so. So her dad is this high-powered, crooked-esque CEO. It's a weird combination because he definitely seems like someone that should have been in jail already, but he's too well connected. So Laurel is trying to talk to him, and you know, her dad really misses her because she ghosts him all the time. And Laurel's just like, look, I'm not here for all of that. We're not here to try and fix all of our family problems. He's saying, I'll go and give you what you want if you give me what I want. And what I want is just a little bit of my baby girl's time. So he actually brings in an expert life coach, to try and see if they can work things out. And of course, Laurel doesn't have a choice. She just has to go with it. And Annalise is over it because she's like, oh, Nate took all of my good food. It's just like, no, he didn't. I hid it for you. See, Bonnie's a true blue. She really is. And the issue right now is, you know, Bonnie doesn't really have a problem with Nate. One is, I'm sure Bonnie's jealous that Nate's there spending all his time with Annalise. But two, it's like, Nate is a distraction. He is a potential risk. Annalise actually likes this guy. So if something happens to him, it's going to be really bad. Oh yeah, and by the way, Annalise found out that Oliver and Connor are broken up. And again, she had the same reaction. Like, what did you do? Now, while they're trying to figure out, how they're going to work the case. When Michaela thinks that Connor has a lead, Ashley's trying to block him because Connor goes and shows Michaela, you remember that ex who you found out may or may not be gay? Yeah. He actually is getting remarried to this beautiful chocolate woman, just like you. So he has a type, and it's like, wait a minute, so is he still also playing this girl? Or did he finally find himself and accept himself, or find a girl that accepts him for who he is? Because we don't know. It could be a combination of anything. And so, Asher's trying to go and defend Michaela, and in the process, Bonnie finds out that they're dating. Bonnie's just like, shut up and let's get to work. I really don't care. You know Bonnie's pissed, but she's going to pretend like she doesn't care. Laurel is telling this coach how, well, you know what, it's interesting because you want me to go and just talk about the present. How can I talk about the present? Well, we need to talk about the past. My father, you know, I got kidnapped at one point because of him and his shenanigans, and he didn't even want to pay the ransom. He's saying the company didn't want to pay the ransom. She's saying, I'm your daughter. You always put business ahead of family. That's essentially the issue. You put business ahead of family. That's why you, Mom, are the way you are. That's why all of your relationships are the way they are. Because you put business in front of family. And that's why I have the big problem with you. Annalise tries to go and talk with the prosecutor of the case, and she doesn't want to hear a lick of what Annalise has to say. She's like, Annalise's reputation precedes her, and that's exactly the exact reason why she doesn't want to deal with Annalise, because Annalise is sketchy. Now, of course, Wes's girlfriend Maggie, they're in bed. I guess they just had sex, or they're about to. I'm not sure. I'm thinking probably a nightcap, and she's just like, you know what, Wes? I'm feeling up on you, you know, feeling for abnormal growths and all that. It happens as you get older. Happy birthday, by the way. It's just like, oh yeah, yeah. Well, he doesn't want his girlfriend to know because Wes doesn't really celebrate his birthday like that. I'm sure because of what happened with his mom and all of that. Tortured soul syndrome. Laurel calls and Mag's just like, oh, it's Laurel. Take it. Understand. I'm thinking, yeah. How many more of these can she possibly understand? Because at the end of the day, that's another woman. That's his so-called best friend. You know that that's not going to last too much longer, which is sad because Wes deserves some happiness. He really did. Laurel's still trying to run with this whole story of, oh yeah, I'm at my grandmother's funeral, so it's like, cut it, Laurel. I know that you're not at the grandmother's funeral. Well, yeah, she did die 3 years ago, so I was down here at one point for that. Well, technically I'm down here to partially deal with that, but yeah, I'm searching for Frank. So it's like, yeah, I think I have some leads, not really sure. It's a mess right now. Okay, gotta call you back later. Her father comes, and her father, you know, just really pours his heart out and lets her know, you know, I love you. I really want us to have a real relationship. I want to make things right. And she's just like, okay, that's great, but do you have what I want? Because that's still the main reason why I'm here, regardless of what you say or do. Well, yeah, here you go, my baby. When he does that, she gets really happy. When she opens it up, she realizes he needs something from her. He needs her to put something in her name so that when the feds go and look at his stuff, it doesn't show up under his name, and he'll be good. I'm thinking, what type of father are you? He is the worst type of father. I'll give you everything you want as long as you do something for me. That's not a parent. That's not a parent. Annalise is at home. She's stressing over this case. She's going through the ringer with this case. And Nate comes home. And Nate's all looking like he just worked out. In comes Bonnie, Michaela, and Oliver. And Oliver's just like, oh my gosh, look at, oh my gosh. I'm thinking, Oliver, chill out. Like, I guess because we're looking at him two different ways. But I'm still like, Oliver, collect yourself. You know what would happen if every man looked at every woman that they thought was attractive like that? I'll tell you what would happen. Anyway, Michaela's like, look, we need to get Toby because Toby is going around and he just drew $200,000 out of his bank account, which makes no sense because he's supposed to be bankrupt from all of the court cases. So how does he have $200,000? So Annalise go and they confront Toby, Annalise and Bonnie, and this is where Toby's just like, I'm being blackmailed by my previous lawyer. How do I know you're not going to do the same thing to me? Well, attorney-client privilege. And he was like, okay. So yeah, I killed a girl. What do you mean you killed a girl? Is this like the one we're currently dealing with? No, I didn't kill her. I actually killed someone else. And we're thinking, it's a girl that they're trying to defend him against died of an overdose under his care, technically. Now, Oliver and Michaela get told they need to go home because things get very, 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 very real. And Michaela's just like, you know what? Michaela goes, steals $20,000 out of his bag, and she's like, call up Connor because we're going to go to Atlantic City. We're going to go and gamble. We're going to go and have some fun. So Toby recounts the story of how there was this girl, possibly just 18. She was a runaway, possibly younger. And she wanted to do drugs with him, so he got her some coke, and then he thought that he was going to get sex out of her. She was saying, there's no way that I would sleep with you. I'm hot. Look at me, look at you. You're gross, you're disgusting, you're a pig, you're trash, you're nothing. You actually have to pay for women to sleep with you. And I would never accept any amount of money. I would never sink so low to go and sleep with someone like you. I'm thinking, yeah, give it a couple of years. We'll see about that. But she didn't have a couple of years because in his, drug-induced rage, he took a baseball bat, hit her, and hit her in her face, and she died instantly. He went, took the body, he put it in the freezer in this warehouse, and his previous lawyer is blackmailing him with that information. I'm thinking, what type of lawyer is that? Regardless of what's going on. So, now everyone's at Atlantic City, and Oliver's just like, it's cool that we can hang out as friends. Connor's saying, we're not friends. Maybe we can grow to be friends again, but we're not friends. You can't have it your way. Michaela's took all the $20,000, bled on black. Always bet on black. I'm like, I know that's right, Michaela. And she won. She racked up $80,000. She was on a roll. And originally, they were like, wait a minute, this isn't your money? Of course it's my money. It's my husband's money. He cheated on me, so it is what it is. Shut up, guys. Now, because Michaela is just really torn about doing this case. Bonnie is also torn about doing this case. Bonnie actually wants to go and be an anonymous caller, and Annalise is like, maybe you should stay here. And Bonnie's like, I'm not going to go and do that, Annalise. I know what's at stake. Don't worry about it. I have your back for real. I'm your real friend. So don't worry. Annalise is like, I know. Okay, cool. Bonnie leaves. The issue is, remember, Bonnie was sexually abused by her father, and if it wasn't for someone calling in and saying, wait a minute, we see something, say something, she possibly would have been, she was like, I know it would have been that girl that ran away when she was 18, not looking back, probably would have been on the streets, drinking, drugging, having sex with whoever in order just to get by, just to get away from him, and possibly dead too. So Bonnie is shaken to her core, and Annalise feels bad because Annalise doesn't want to do this case either. Annalise is like, this is one of those cases that really shape you as a human being, depending on what you're going to do. Asher's trying to console Connor because it's just like, yo, I see this guy hitting on Oliver, you need to get him back. It's like, we're not together. I don't care. Asher gives Connor hugs. It's like, I know you care. I know you still care. Laurel is being contacted by Wes, and she's ignoring him because she didn't accomplish her mission yet. Now, Connor gets confronted by the same guy that looked like he was hitting on Oliver, and the guy's like, you know, Oliver's not my type. I don't do Asians. We're looking like, excuse me? Did you just actually let that come out of your mouth? That happens, of course, in the straight world too, but apparently, because Connor was going through the list, it was just like, oh, so you're one of those stereotypical, that's like, no black, no Asians, no femmes, no blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's the other reason why. It's not just because the guy over there is Asian, it's because you want someone a little bit more masculine. I see your type, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Connor was going off. This was like, hold up. And I'm thinking, no, you actually need to hear this because your mentality is messed up. Yeah, you can have a preference and all that, but the fact to come out of your mouth and say, oh yeah, I don't do Asian, it's like, what? Excuse me? What do you mean you don't do Asian? You don't do black? Don't do what? You don't do. That just sounds ignorant the way that he said it. Monty is at home. Oh yeah, and Oliver's pissed because Oliver's just like, wait a minute, you took my opportunity away. You know, the guy seemed interested and you went and roadblocked me. I'm thinking, the guy wasn't interested. He was just trying to see how he could get with your friend. But you know what? You're the type where you don't realize stuff like that. You don't. So, Bonnie's at home and she looks like she wants to call that number so bad because she's looking at the mom, because the mom, that girl's mom, is still looking for her. She still gets support saying, oh, I think I saw her here, I think I saw her there. Nate's like, look, Annalise, while we're in this room, nothing gets out on both sides. I'm thinking, oh, Nate, you have secrets too? Makes you more interesting now. Annalise is like, oh, you have secrets? But aside from that, yeah, the person that we're dealing with, he actually killed a girl. And now, it was just like, he killed a girl and hid her in a freezer. So that's why I can't sleep at night. And it shows, I appreciate the fact that we're seeing Annalise still as a conscious. Laurel gets a call from Frank, and Frank's just like, that whole little song game that Annalise is trying to do, it's not going to work because of the fact that Annalise tried to call a hitman on me. So I know that voicemail was fake. Excuse me. Annalise is just trying to get me back there to kill me. Now, Annalise, does she really want to kill Frank? No, but she's terrified of what Frank could possibly do. So it's just like, don't call me again, Laurel. It's like, damn it, man. This man finally called me himself, but mind you, Laurel's father has been tapping her phone, so he knows who she's been calling, and he feels bad because it's just like, wait a minute. Because Laurel got him off the phone because he started to incriminate himself with the whole possibly like killing someone and all. It's like, shut up. The thing is that Frank, Laurel's father, George, he is like, this is where the whole father factor comes in. He feels like he has to protect his daughter because his daughter is oodling over this man who isn't giving her the time of day. And of course, as a man, that disgusts him to see that someone that he loves, especially a female that he loves, is in that type of situation, in that type of relationship. Now again, this is good because at least he doesn't know that Frank is big and bad. He just knows that Frank's Italian, knows his family, knows general stuff, doesn't know the bad evil stuff. Michaela lost all the money because we heard while in the casino, they said red, and remember, she was betting all of it on black. So she lost all of the money, and so she had to take, the engagement ring was worth over $45,000, but because of where she was, she can only get 21. Originally, they were trying to give her 15. He said, this ring is stolen property, and technically, you can get arrested for trying to go and sell it, buy it from me. So he's just like, okay, I'll take it. 21? That's what, yeah, we can do 21. She gives the extra $1,000 because Asher's like, you know what, I can use that, What are you doing with it? And it's just like, no, this is blood money. And Asher looked like he wanted to take it. Like the struggle was so bad that he wanted to take it. But she gave it to this homeless man, this sleeping homeless man. She comes back and it's like game on. Because Annalise is trying to figure out how is she going to go and defend this man. She's working with Nate. Because remember, this is where like, oh Lord, even though we appreciate Nate, this is where the crookedness side of law can come into play. Nate was like, here's this guy who's technically cellmates with Toby, and we can go and lie and say that this guy who killed 4 women violently also was the one who actually did it. We can pin it on him because he's never going anywhere. So what we'll do is we'll go and say that Toby has information that could help with another case, and that Annalise was trying to talk to the other attorney, and the other attorney didn't want to hear her out. And by doing so, the other attorney could have blocked information that could have led to the whereabouts of this missing girl. And Annalise is just like, you let my the issues of my personal career conflict with how you personally felt with me, and as a result, this young girl still going missing when I had information. It's like, you didn't come to me like that. Yes, I did. I wanted to talk to you about this, but you said you didn't want to listen to anything I had to say because there was nothing about me credible, so there was no need in talking to me. Did you or did you not? It was just like, she won the case. She won the case in the sense that the guy still will get 3 years. And he's just like, wait a minute, I paid you, or you're here to represent me so that I don't get any time. And this is where Annalise, she slapped him. She was like, no! You killed 2 people! You killed 2 people! I'm thinking, whose room is that in, Annalise? Bonnie was shook. Bonnie's like, Jesus. Because Bonnie, you know, she's had to deal with abuse. So when it comes to things like that, it still rattles her from time to time. And that smack, we all felt it. I thought Toby was going to waddle to the left, but he was saying how you killed 2 women and you are a disgusting piece of trash. You actually want me to go and feel bad for you for getting 3 years instead of life? You deserve life. You deserve life. If it wasn't me, you would be getting life. That's how this world really runs. You're so privileged and you're so entitled and so woe is me that you think that you actually deserve to be free, period. That's the disgusting part about you. And so he's like, do you understand me? Are you going to listen to everything I say and accept whatever terms they give you in there? Are you going to do that? He said, yes. I'm like, see, that's the issue. He respects and fears a strong woman. Because he's usually able to just pay women off to do whatever he wants, he doesn't know how to interact with women aside from his looks. That's the other factor. So when Annalise was like, you are going to do this, it is what it is. Now, what do you call it? Laurel goes and she decides she's just going to sign the papers and give it to her father. Because her father does have the information regarding Frank's whereabouts or numbers. Something, a major lead. And so he's just like, I love you regardless. Here's the thing. I did need your help. I know I'm not a great man, but I want to be a better father because this isn't okay. I want to raise a daughter, not just have a daughter. And you know, she felt it. That time Laurel felt this. It's like, damn it, man. This man is still my father. I feel a certain way. Now, Michaela's trying to put the money back, and Bonnie's just like, just put the money back and leave. It's just like, I understand, just put the money back and leave. And Michaela's trying to say, no, but you know, I'm sorry about what went on with me and Asher. It's like, no, you're not, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Just take the money back and leave. And Annalise is looking at how there's this major headline saying, lead clinical attorney solves major unsolved crime, and it was great publicity. You have Michaela smiling, you had Annalise doing a little smirk, Bonnie in the background like, Lord Jesus, this is some BS. And and again, the principal gets a call from the higher ups at the school, and it's just like, yeah, I see it. And it's like, okay, so what do you want to do next? I'm thinking, because the principal, she does seem like she is on Annalise's side, and she's definitely happy that Annalise did this PR stunt, because she knows what it is. And you know the higher-ups are the ones that really want Annalise out. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were the ones actually trying to frame Annalise. You know how this BS goes. And now why? Because in general, public relations is an issue. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see those posters anymore. You see how all this goes? Now, remember, Laurel did get the information. Wes was trying to talk to Laurel and see how everything went, and updates. No real updates. It was a sham. Wes's girlfriend Maggie is thinking Wes is really in love with Laurel. I don't think Wes is in love with Laurel. I just think that he really likes her, and so it's just like, okay, someone who's actually have my back, someone I feel like I can trust, type of thing. But Wes is definitely all in with Maggie. Well, 99.9%. But Maggie, she's so cute. She's just like, I'll back away so you can be with your one true love. She's just like, I love you. You're not going anywhere. And of course, they go smooching, about to have sex. Laurel goes and tells Annalise and Bonnie that, no, she couldn't get the information from her father. A lie! She lied, mind you. Let's not forget, she did lie. It was like, oh, it was a dead end. My father just wanted something from me and I couldn't give it to him. I'm thinking, oh, here we go with the BS. If it's Laurel under there, under that sheet. Because now it's back to present day. As we know, Annalise, she's in jail. She got booked. She has a mugshot. Bonnie meets Oliver. It's just like, we need to go and plant that phone. Because they were asking her where the phone was. So they need to find the phone at the scene of the crime. And so Bonnie's going to go and distract the other detectives there so that Oliver can plant the phone back. And Oliver gets shaken because Oliver's thinking he got caught. No, they're saying there's a second body and that the person is still alive. And I believe they think it's a male. Yeah, it's a male, but he's so scarred and bruised that they can't determine anything else except for the fact that he's a male. I'm thinking, Lord, if it's Nate and Frank who are in those situations, like maybe Frank under the sheet and Nate was in the house as well. I don't know. Or maybe vice versa. Lord Jesus. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. This show's good.